Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from On Point Quilter. The quilt behind me is entitled Sun Rays and is a pattern that I recently developed. If you look at the quilt, you can see that the borders are comprised of diamond units. And the video today is going to talk about how I created those units. Often you can look at a unit like that and you can think, hey, this is going to be a lot of work, but I have found a way to do it that really makes it easy and precise. To do that, I actually used a ruler by Studio 180 Design called the Diamond Rects ruler. The first thing in looking at the ruler is to recognize that there are separate cutting sections for each part. There is the part for the diamond, there's the part for the corner, and then on the one side here, it's actually the trim downs of the finished units. And we'll go through each of those. I'm going to start by doing the diamonds. And I started with a 2.5-inch strip of my diamond fabric. And I just cut that using a regular ruler. And I'm going to find the diamond shape and line up one of the solid lines with the bottom of the 2.5-inch strip. And I'm going to just do that so that I can get the right angle for the edge of the fabric. And then I'm going to flip my fabric. And now what I want to do is, I'm going to flip it the correct way. I'm going to match up, there is a 2x4 center diamond, and I'm going to match up the solid cutting lines on the ruler with the bottom and the left edge of my fabric. And I am then going to cut on the right and the top. It is very important to have very accurate cuts for these diamond pieces. Once I cut a couple, I can just move the ruler down the strip of fabric and continue to cut the right and the top edges. And just complete doing that until you've cut your whole strip. Okay, for the corner squares, I'm going to just start with a 3-inch strip of the corner fabric, and I'm going to subcut that 2¼ inches. And the dimensions are in the pattern and are also in the instructions for the ruler, so you can find them both places. But I've done a couple of subcuts there. And now I'm going to use my Diamond Rects rulers, and for this part I'm going to use the one section for the corners. And so I find the 2x4-inch finished corners and put the ruler down and do a cut there. And as you can see, very fast, very efficient to do this. And I will do stacks of them together, which actually is good because each stack will give me a mirror image of each of these corner pieces. So once I've got them done, I'm going to actually lay out my block as I want to piece it. Here you can see where I have laid out the unit. I've got the diamond and I have the 4 corners. Now I'm going to take 2 of the corners and match them up with the edge of the diamond. And you want to match them up exactly with the edge. Now it tells you to center the pieces over the diamond. I actually found it was helpful to have just a little bit more of the corners at the wide piece of the diamond, and so you can probably see this a little bit more on the back where I've got just a little bit more on those edges. And I'm actually going to sew a very accurate 1/4-inch seam on the diamond side and with the diamond side up. Okay, now that I've sewed 2 sides, I just pressed them to the corner, and now I'm going to center the other two sides. And again, I want them to match the edges of the diamond exactly. And I'm going to sew with an exact 1/4 inch seam. Okay, I've now sewed on the other two sides, and I pressed again towards the corner. And now I want to do the trim down. And I'm going to use the other side of my ruler, and it's the one that has dotted lines and solid lines. And I'm going to use the finished size of 2 by 4, which would be then the unfinished size of 2.5 by 4.5. So I'm going to position the ruler so the dotted lines for the 2 by 4 line up with my seam lines on my block. And I'm going to trim 2 sides, the right and the top. And once I've done that, I'm going to rotate my block. And now I'm going to line up the block with the solid lines. The dotted lines should still line up with the seam intersections. And again, I'm going to trim the right and the top. And as a result, I should have a perfect diamond block for use in my next Sunrays quilt. Thanks so much for watching the video today. I hope you've learned some things with respect to how to use this ruler. If you are interested in the pattern, please visit my website at www.onpointquilter.com. And thanks for watching.